Good morning, Saturday today, and I thought I'd do a lovely treat for you all. Hopefully you think it's a treat. We're going to do chocolate mousse. Now, when I make chocolate mousse, I can't actually use quite the same ingredients that everyone else probably uses because of my daughter's nut allergy. I cannot find dark chocolate that's nut free. So I slightly changed the recipe. I'll do the recipe and let's see if it tastes nice, okay? So what you're going to need is ideally 200 grams of dark chocolate, but I'm going to use 200 grams of Galaxy, okay? Now because that's a milk chocolate, I will be adding some cocoa powder to make it more chocolatey. I'll get to that in a minute, okay? So then I'm going to need 4 fluid ounces of warm water, which I have got ready in this little container. I'm going to need 3 large eggs, okay, which I'm going to separate. It says 40 grams of golden caster sugar. I don't have golden caster sugar, but what I do have is golden sort of demerara, but it means it's not going to be so fine. So I'm going to slightly amend my recipe again, which I'll do as we go along. So I've measured out my 40 grams of demerara, okay, which is just a pale brown sugar. Okay, so let's get started. You're going to break up your chocolate. Now I tend to like to break it in the packet because otherwise you're going to get really covered in chocolate, which you may not want. So you're just going to break it up, and in it goes to this bowl, okay? Because you're going to be melting this over some simmering water on your hob top or stove, wherever you've got, okay? So that's my chocolate in there. Then you add your warm water actually to that. I hope this is going to work. Now, because I haven't got the correct caster sugar, I'm actually going to put my demerara in with the chocolate. Now I'm going to take that over to the hob, and I'm going to gently melt that over the water, which is in a saucepan. Okay, so I'm back to my hob. I've melted my chocolate and my water and the sugar, sounding a little bit gritty from the demerara, so you may find that's a mistake, but I'll let you know at the end. Slightly concerned it's very, very runny. Now, because I've used the milk chocolate, I'm going to have to put some cocoa powder in to make it more chocolatey. I'm going to put a tablespoon in to start with and give it a bit of a stir. I'm hoping this is going to stir in. Again, we will find out. Actually, I wish I'd worn an apron because I don't really want to get chocolate all over this blue top. Okay. And it's April Fool's Day today, but I'm not actually fooling you with this recipe. I'm hoping it will actually be a success. That is starting to stir in quite nicely. Don't want any lumps of cocoa powder. We're getting there. Okay, shall I just do the one? I'm going to just do that 1 cocoa powder tablespoon, and I'll tell you at the end if it's chocolatey enough, and if it's not, then we should have put 2 in, shouldn't we? Okay, so I'm going to move my cocoa. Whoops, that's the lid on the floor. Cocoa powder to one side. Now, put that out of the way slightly. I've now got to separate 3 eggs. Because I've got to whisk my egg white, because that's going to give the mousse. I've actually said what I'm cooking, chocolate mousse, I hope so. I'm not really with it this morning, am I? Okay, that's 1 egg. So I'm going to be whisking up my egg whites, and then I'm also going to use the egg yolks actually in the chocolatey mixture. Yeah, I'm not doing this well, am I? As long as I don't break the egg yolks, I'm happy. That's 2 eggs. And that's my 3rd egg. Okay. I'm going to wash my hands, so just bear with me just for a minute. Okay, back in the room. Right, I need a fork. Wait. Right, just whisk up my egg yolks slightly. Now, when your chocolate mixture has cooled down a little bit, then you're safe to add your egg yolks, because what you don't want to happen is it's turned to scrambled egg, or chocolate scrambled egg basically. So I'm going to give my chocolate mixture a little bit more time to cool down before I put my egg yolks in. So I'll stand that to one side. Got my egg white here and my trusty little whisk, which you've met before. I'm going to turn this on, and I've got to get this into reasonably stiff peaks. So I've been whisking this for a few minutes and it's starting to get nice and stiff. Okay, that's that done. Let me show you. Yeah, it's quite nice. There we are. So I think my chocolate mix hopefully is now cool enough and we won't end up with scrambled eggs. I'm going to add my egg yolks in, and I'm just going to gently stir that up. And the egg yolks will thicken my mixture. That's starting to thicken it quite nicely. Just trying to make sure I haven't forgotten anything. So what we've got so far, we've got the Galaxy chocolate, we've got 1 tablespoon of cocoa, we've got 40 grams of what should be golden caster sugar, but mine's Demerara. And now we've got the 3 egg yolks in there. That's actually looking quite nice. Here's hoping. Okay, now I'm going to gently fold in some of this egg, or meringue now, isn't it? It's turned into meringue. So I'm going to I hope I'm doing this right. Oh, actually, do you know what it's looking? Oh, that's actually looking quite nice. Gently fold it in. Put it in slowly because you don't want to knock the air out of the meringue, because then you'll get nice, light, fluffy chocolate meringue if you haven't knocked the air out too much. I'm having a little practice of this, showing you lot, because in a couple of weeks' time when I've got some friends coming over for dinner, I may well make this, if this is successful today, I might make this for their pudding. What do you think, Fifi and Helen? Yeah? Tell me whether you think it's a good idea that you want this for your dinner. Okay. It's actually quite satisfying gently watching it stir in. And it is kind of fluffing up quite nicely. So I'm going to put the rest of it in. So that was your 3 egg whites whisked up, okay. Put that over there. I'm using a metal spoon because I seem to remember in my cookery classes from school from about 35 years ago that I think you folded the egg whites in with a metal spoon. Don't ask me why, but I'm sure someone like Esther Crumbles, who's an absolutely fabulous cook, and you can see her stuff on Instagram, Esther Crumbles, she will know the answer because she's a proper chef. Right, just get rid of a few of these extra lumpy bits of meringue. It's taking slightly longer than I thought. I do want it to be quite well mixed in. I don't want to have large lumps of just basically what's egg white. Now when you put these, when you're happy with how you did, it actually looks really runny, so goodness knows if this will set. Again, I will come back to you in about 2 hours time when I've set them in the fridge, and we'll have a little taste test, okay? And I will be honest with you as to what I think. Now I'm going to put some of this. I bought these nice little cups actually to put them in. They say mocha, it hasn't actually got any coffee in it. Oh gosh, how am I meant? Do you know what? Wait a minute, I'm going to get a. Ta-da! I've got, what's this called now? Ladle. Honestly. Right, 1 ladleful. Ooh, I'm making a right old mess. I'll wipe all that down later, okay? So I'm going to put 1 ladleful in each cup. I've got 6 cups. And then I can So they've all got equal, then I can add more if I've got any left. Okay, which I think I will have. This is actually quite a relaxing recipe to do. I don't know why. Because I was actually a bit stressed at the beginning because I was trying to figure out what on earth are some fluid ounces into, or grams into fluid ounces. And I had to ask my husband what that was, and he had to look it up. Honestly, I just found that whole thing rather stressful. I don't like all these conversions. I really don't understand them. Anyway, oh gosh. Okay. Hopefully you're a slightly tidier cook than I am. But I will wipe them down before I show you them again, okay? Because I'm just going to think what a complete mess. Okay. Just get the last of this out. I'm not going to show you these yet until I've wiped them, so bear with me. Okay, so I've now wiped all the little cups to get all the drips off the edges and sort of more or less from the inside. And I have to say that I can't really show you that very well, but they are looking actually lovely. I'm really happy with those. So I'm going to put them in the fridge for a couple of hours to let them cool down and set. Whilst I'm waiting for that to happen, I'm going to whisk up some double cream, and then I'm going to put it into the piping bag, and I will sort of show you me. I'm not a good piper, so why I'm going to show you piping, I don't know. But anyway, it's always good for a laugh, isn't it, watching someone else have a go at something. So I'm then going to pipe some cream on the top, and I will get a little grater, and I'll grate some Galaxy chocolate on the top. So anyway, I will talk to you a bit later. Oh yeah, well, at least 5 hours later, gone to the fridge, got out my what should be chocolate mousse, and oh dear, it's not setting. Okay, it's runny. I've tried it, it tastes absolutely delicious. So what we would call these instead is chocolate pots, and you could dip strawberries, for example, in, couldn't you? I had actually made shortbread biscuits earlier, but I was hoping that that would be a nice contrast with my chocolate mousse. It'd still be quite nice with the chocolate pots. I think what I would do next time is have half the quantity of water I had, and maybe another egg white, and also whip up the egg white much firmer than I actually did. Anyway, next time I try it, I'll let you know my result. Let me know how yours go. Okay, bye.